everybody, welcome to your live watch-along of the UEFA Women's Champions League final between Chelsea Women's and Barcelona Women's in the biggest showpiece in the women's game. First time Chelsea have ever been in this competition, and now let's go and win it for the first time in our history. Let's go and get the win that will win us a European Cup, and then it makes a good end to a weekend of Chelsea, a good end to the weekend, because unfortunately the men's lost out to Leicester yesterday, which was heartbreaking in so many ways than one. And for Chelsea, now it's up to Chelsea Women's to go and at least bring some silverware back to the football club. And this is the team that I think can go and do it. We have the talent, we have the players. They have the tenacity to go and do it. I believe in that the girls can go and do it. I believe in them. We just got to give it all our best shots and go for it as much as we can. How is everyone? We're here to support Chelsea Women's today. We back the men's. If you back your men's team, you got a women's team, back your women's team. Back them 110% as you do for the men's. That's what we do at Chelsea. We back the men's. We back the women's. Let's go. Let's do it. Unfortunately, I think the women's can go and do it. But, like I say, go and give it 100% tonight. And let's go and get the win. And try and make ourselves become champions of Europe for the first time in the club's history and keep the quadruple alive. So, hello everyone. Oh, he's wearing a Napoli badge. Get in, Napoli. If you're gonna watch a lot further down in my YouTube when I first started it, if you guys want to during the stream, I will show you my shirt collection as well. If you guys want to see my shirt collection, put down in the chat that you want to see it, and I will show off what shirts I've got in my collection that we can do during the stream. Ciao. Nice. I do.
Welcome back. These are live shots from the Gamla Ullevi Stadium in Gothenburg, and the Champions League final is just moments away. Magda Eriksson about to lead her Chelsea side.
Come on, Chelsea.
Let's get the final thoughts of Rachel Brown, Finisenia Luco, and Karen Carney. Rachel, strategy. What will it
Spell
be?
collection.
Well, what will it be? I think it's between the two managers, it's which manager employs the most successful strategy, because Chelsea, I believe that will be Emma Hayes. At hers, she's the best strategic manager that I know, and her team will run
Spell collection.
will execute it to a T.
What makes the difference, Ellen?
Well, I think we've already seen Chelsea change tactically their back line to deal with Barcelona's threats out wide.
Go on, Chelsea!
For me, for Barcelona, we know how they're going to play. We know that they're going to start trying possessing. I think this game will be won in both boxes. You see the front three.
Go on, Chelsea!
Harder. That for me, those three.
The Chelsea out of the way! The Chelsea out of the way! And now you got to believe us, now you got to believe us, us! We're Chelsea out of the way!
It's worth watching, isn't it, Karen?
Oh, it is just watching them go out. I am so nervous just watching it. You've got no control, have you, as a fan, or it's just they've just got to go and do the business.
Come on, Chelsea.
The ladies, that I think Emma Hayes will find a way. Hook or by crook, she said they will suffer, but I believe that she will find a way and they will come through and deliver.
Well, we're going to find out. And the first 45 minutes.
So, do you guys want to see my shirt collection? Put down in the chat, yes or no. And I'll show you that while I do this. For first, this is the team news for Chelsea. For the Chelsea Women's, the team is Berger, Bright, Ingalls, Carter, Leopold, G, Kirby, Ericsson is captain, Sam Kerr, Charles and Harder on the bench. We have, I'll get some of these wrong, so I apologise. Mazovic, Telford, Blundell, England, Wrighton, Fleming, Cuthbert, Spence, Anderson, Fox and Beaver Jones are on the bench for Chelsea, and that is your Chelsea team. So, I thought I'll spice it up when the game's going on to show you guys. If you guys want to see it, you guys can. If you don't, you don't. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. I really appreciate it.
Here are the sides then. No surprises in the Chelsea lineup. It's as expected, the same 11 that began the season.
Go on, Chelsea!
Captain Magdalena Eriksson will feel at home here. Gamla Ullevi is the Swedish national side's home ground. UEFA Women's Player of the Year Pernilla Harder is playing in a second Champions League.
One thing I will say is I do have a Napoli shirt in my collection, just to let you guys know, in my collection.
Kerr and Kirby have scored a combined tally of 52 goals this season.
There's the trophy.
The referee this evening is from Germany. Reem Hussein has been FIFA listed since 2009 and was among the officials at the 2019 World Cup. She is of Palestinian descent. She's also a qualified pharmacist. Referees in the third tier of men's football in Germany.
Let's go and get the win. Come on. Come on, Chelsea.
A losing finalist in the Champions League, both with her previous club, Wolfsburg. Alexia Putellas wears the armband this evening for Barcelona. She had been a pre-match doubt for this game. Putellas had her thigh heavily strapped in training yesterday. She trained alone and didn't even go through the whole session. Magdalena Eriksson, at the home of the Swedish national side, proudly wears the captain's armband for Chelsea.
Come on, Chelsea!
Three Swedes in the Chelsea squad, but the only one to start the game.
Come on, let's do this! Oh, girls! Go! Come on, Chelsea, let's get the win today! Let's back the girls all the way! I want to see hashtag Chelsea Women's in the chat, because we've got to show our support for them. If you are a supporter of a men's side, always back your women's team as well. Back your women's team and men's teams, because our fan base always backs the women's and men's teams. Oh, we got a big fan base. Come on.
This an opportunity they dare not let slip. The bad experience that Barcelona have been through, one that will be one of their biggest motivations tonight. Beaten finalists in 2019, totally outclassed that day by Lyon. This
Come on, Chelsea!
Could hardly be higher than this.
We just need to go for it. We just need to show what the capabilities are within the club. After the disappointment of yesterday for the men's in the FA Cup final, let's end this weekend on a high by getting the win against Barcelona.
But there are no second chances. This is a day when you have to deliver.
If we go and get the win today, if you guys want to put your questions down in the chat, I'll happily answer all your questions. Chelsea, oh, they're taking the knee. Taking the knee.
Showing unity and solidarity from the players ahead of kick-off in the ongoing fight against racism. And we are ready to go. The English and Spanish champions.
Here we go, Chelsea versus Barcelona in the Women's Champions League final. Gets underway. Fingers crossed, Chelsea bring it home. Back to London. And we can say we've had two teams in London win the European Cup. So, if you dislike the video, tell me why you dislike this stream. Oh my God, they've hit the bar. They've hit the bar inside 30 seconds at Barcelona. It's in. It's in.
Cortez. Not in his wildest dreams could have imagined the game would start like this. Incredible.
It started really quick, didn't it? It's a terrific shot from Martins. We know what she can do. And then as the ball went up in the air, I think he was trying to be clear. And it hit. I think it hit against Lloyd Post, didn't it? Trying to clear it, Chelsea. Would you believe it? They tried to clear it. This is down, and I think it hit Lloyd Post. You knew nothing about it. Loops over. What a start. A start for Barcelona. Exactly what they wanted. Exactly what Chelsea didn't want.
33 seconds on the clock. And Barcelona.
Chelsea have conceded 1-0 to Barcelona. Own goal.
First time in the Women's Champions League this season. That was what the slight delay was about there. But with their first attack, the Spanish champions lead in this Champions League final.
So how is everyone?
Roy Pauls as Chelsea look to hit back immediately. Kerr.
Come on, Chelsea! Oh, corner!
It was turned behind by Torreira.
I wondered how each team was going to approach this. You know how Barca will play, but they're both going for it. Only 2 minutes gone.
Roy Pauls. Of course, it was Barcelona who were caught by a really fast start from Leonis.
Oh!
Well, they're appealing for a corner there, Chelsea.
They scored! Unlucky!
As Josh Carter put the ball in the box, and it's a really inviting cross, isn't it? And it actually, as far as Hard is concerned, that's a massive chance for her.
Nearly 1-1 there. Nearly 1-1.
Beaten 4-1, as I was mentioning, in the 2019 final by Lyon. Barcelona in the first half an hour, they were absolutely taken apart, really, primarily by Anna Hegerberg. He wondered.
So, let's go. Let's get the... We are 1-0 down. At least it's within 30 seconds. At least you've got so much time to get back in the game. I will happily take that. But we got to see how it goes.
As far as Chelsea is concerned, they'll be hoping that's the only bad luck of the night.
Graham Hansen taken off here by Magdalena Eriksson. Graham Hansen has it back.
Come on, Chelsea! Barcelona on the ball. Barcelona are through. Nearly 2-0.
They're playing some lovely football.
Chelsea just need to settle.
Nearly 2-0 Barcelona there. Nearly 2-0 Barcelona.
Initially, after 30 seconds, just was Ingle there, I think, just to protect the back four of
2-0 nearly 2-0 Barca. We just need to keep going and fighting for the Blues balls. We need to go and fight for everything that gets pushed at us. Oh, we're under pressure again. Come on, Chelsea. Oh, that's it.
Undoubtedly here, some early nerves.
Saved by the keeper, but it's gone over the top of the net. Nearly another goal for Barcelona. Nearly 2-0 again. We're under a lot of pressure in this first 4 minutes, but we just need to keep going. Because at the moment, we're under a lot of pressure.
from goal kicks like that.
And it really needs the leaders.
Hello.
Things down.
Come on. Come on, Chelsea, get out. Get out. Let it go out. Let it go out. Well done.
Sometimes finals can be cagey affairs, not a bit of it in this one.
Like I said, we didn't know how Barca were going to start. It's just how Chelsea would have started. Would they go
Chelsea
for
being
this
pushed.
no
We just
other
can't.
choice?
We just can't get forward. At the moment, we're being pressed and pressed and pressed. And it's gone out for a goal kick to Chelsea.
In the early stages is quite something, isn't it? The intensity of it, Chelsea is struggling to deal with a little.
It is, and you see there, clearance right over the top of Berger. But what I would say is that with the high press of Barcelona, what Chelsea don't want to do is play into their hands and be giving it.
Come on, Chelsea, just show.
At this stage in the game.
Come on, guys. Put some questions in chat. We can chat during the game. Chelsea, it's gone out for a throw into Barcelona. 5.5 minutes played. We're 1-0 down at the moment. Just show what we can do. Press on the A game and just show what we can do. It's early days yet in this game, but the more we keep going, the more we'll do.
Just settle into the game, get the confidence with the passing. We'll be quite happy with this.
It's just at the moment we're just trying our best, but it's just at the moment we're being pressed and pressed and pressed, and I don't think we can cope. But I think the more we press, the more we... I think wherever we do get a chance, we have to take it. We have to take it. Come on, Chelsea! Don't be nervous, come on! Chelsea are being literally stretched by Barcelona. Literally, Barcelona are passing every ball from right to left. And to basically... Go on, clear it. They go out. Well done! Just keep going. We just need to keep going. Guys, any of you don't speak English, just try and put a little bit of English in so I can understand what you're saying in the chat. Guys. We just need to go. If we can get back in this game and just show we have some fight in us, I will be proud of these girls because we're the only second English team in this competition to get to a final. The only difference with Arsenal won last time that they weren't playing a big team; they were playing like a team that surprised everyone and got to the final.
Settling into it now more, Chelsea.
Just need to pass it, get a little bit of control possession. Frantic, hasn't it? The opening minutes of this game, difficult to deal with.
If any of you has the links, you will be timed out, unfortunately. Because it's on BT Sports, if you guys want to watch it. Go on! Oh! How have we not scored? Ow! We nearly scored there!
Put money on, and that's a really clever flick, isn't it? From Kerr. Again, great defending. Tara Hunt just made sure that she trapped that runner. Did enough.
Hello!
Sense the danger of a right back coming into central area there. They may be a goal down here, Chelsea, but they've already created two great opportunities.
So everyone, just put your chat in.
Carter with the corner over towards Ericsson.
Oh!
And you do get the feeling, Lucy, particularly having watched the first leg of the semi-final for Barcelona.
So, guys, gals, whatever. Put in the chat, who are you supporting? Chelsea, Barcelona? Let me know in the chat. We want to bring another European trophy back to London. That's a ball! Go on! Go on! Chelsea on the ball at the moment. I am so worried. I heard Chelsea keep missing sitters. Yeah, in this game, Chelsea women are keep missing sitters. Hello, Oliver. The score is Chelsea 0, Barcelona women's 1, Chelsea women's 0. If any of you guys are from the UK and you're English, I bet you would want Chelsea to win, because it's also good for the British women's game to have a European champions in our country, because it's not very often we have a women's team win a European Cup. It's only once in our history, which was Arsenal in 2007. So it's only the second time in that a British side has got to the final of this competition. So if we show the passion that we have and the tenacity, I think we can get a good result. It all just depends on what gets bring to the table, and that we go and do what we can do and bring it in, and let's go and get a good result today. Even if we lose, but we give it a good fight, then I'm proud of the girls. You can't be any prouder than that. But Chelsea, but Barcelona are on the board at the moment. Are Barcelona going to get it cleared? Just got it cleared. It's out for a throw-in to Chelsea.
They've got up the pitch, try and win that ball back.
Be quicker or a throw. Be quicker.
It's been a lot of the Chelsea players have heard say that
Be
they feel
quicker.
they're at their best when they're up against it, when their backs are
Certainly
to
are
the
now.
wall. Yeah, well, they need to be now.
Chelsea have had chances. We have had chances. It's just when we do get these chances, we have to bury them at any point in
Difficult moments, to put it mildly, against Wolfsburg as well.
we have to, when we do get a chance, we have to take them, because you got to take advantage of when you're in possession and take advantage of it all. But at the moment, Chelsea, at the moment, I've had a couple of chances, we've not taken them. If anyone says to go out, you will be timed out. We do not have that on this. I know, because
Kirby to her right.
so.
They want some. It's
Come on, just don't let Barca get a second. If you get a second, I don't see us.
to the right. And there's how Ryan and Carter's covering it. And she wasn't strong enough. Greg Hansen with the ball back. And Gillian Mosso goes down. Penalty.
That's not a pen!
Well, the referee just gave herself the briefest bit of thinking time there, and then pointed to the spot.
I don't believe that's a pen.
Brought down. And a penalty kick here to Barcelona.
That's my first thought there.
Hello, True Lion. Long time no see.
That's it. And she just tries to get her body in the way. Jess Carter, as soon as she goes to ground, it just allows Graham Hansen in.
I don't believe that's a foul.
Like she was blocked rather than foul there.
I don't believe that's a foul.
She screamed really loud. I'm not sure whether that had an effect on the referee. I'm hoping that it didn't.
That's not a foul.
Just caught her right foot, hasn't it?
Well, there is VAR in operation.
It's that right foot, I think, that was caught.
It's been placed here by Alexia Putellas.
It's a corner. It's a penalty to Barcelona.
Imagine what Jess Carter was asking the referee about. Still the complaints go on, led by the captain, Eriksson. Putellas, the highest scoring midfielder this season in the major European leagues. 16 goals she got in the Spanish top flight.
Come on. Oh,
The check is over here.
okay. All right, what's happened?
Penalty stands.
All right, penalty stands.
Canberger.
Come on, Berger. You've saved penalties before. You saved 2 against Atletico Madrid. Come on. Come on, Berger.
To make it 2-0.
2-0. I think that's game over.
Such a composed penalty.
I think that's game over. Within 13 minutes, that's game over.
Barcelona looking to make up for what happened to them, looking for redemption from the 2019 final. They're well on their way to it.
We knew all about this Barcelona side before we came into this. Watched how they absolutely dismantled Manchester City in the
Yeah,
first leg.
thank you very much. True Line, remember, subscribe and like.
The blocks.
That's what we want. Yeah, 2-0 to Barca.
Look on the way, but the most important stat is that they're 2 goals up, and this is a real mountain for Chelsea to climb.
Relief at seeing the
We're getting absolutely torn apart.
Can Chelsea react here?
We
Have
got-
chances themselves, remember.
Yeah, I think they'll draw something from that. Draw confidence from the fact that they've got themselves in front of
Hello, Jesus. How, Joe Jesus.
From now to the end
How
of
are
the
you
game
on this
against these
fine
teams.
Tuesday, whatever day this is, Sunday evening?
Charles.
Come on, Chelsea.
Taken away from her by Amraoui. G tried to win it back quickly and did.
Come on, Chelsea.
Single movement from Harder. Kirby G. Kerr. Harder called for it at the back post.
Go on. Oh, hit the side, hit the top of the net. Unlucky. Unlucky, Chelsea.
Again, it's good work. I mean, she's just trying to run things as much as she can.
Unlucky, Chelsea. Unlucky.
Gets herself a rubber goal just underneath the ball.
Anyway, I'm still proud of the girls for getting to a final goal. Didn't expect it.
She can get herself in front of Barcelona's goal and just convert one of those chances into a goal.
Yeah, 2-0 to Barca. You couldn't write it. So early to conceive within 30 seconds.
It's such a staggering contrast this to what happened in 2019.
Which is absolutely...
30 minutes against Lyon. Barcelona. Tony Duggan, the only player from the starting lineup that day who's not still at the club. It's always a real key thing that, in terms of the psychology, the mentality for Barcelona coming into this today.
Come on, Chelsea!
He's just beaten to that by Leon.
Come on, we can do this. We just need to get a goal.
Not to have all the possession, so they've got to keep the cool when Barcelona do start passing it around. Passing it with 1 and 2 touches there just before the handball was given away. But just keep their defensive shape.
Come on, Chelsea! Oh, unlucky Chelsea! We just need to start playing well. 17 minutes played. Chelsea 0, Barcelona 2.
300th appearance for Barcelona last weekend. Hermoso, Wayne Hansen, and one back by Carter.
Come on, Chelsea.
Lee Wright, new player to start all of Chelsea's Champions League games this season.
Come on, Chelsea, we can do this.
We should just get on the ball. Quite a lot of the time when Chelsea progress the ball up the pitch, it's that diagonal from her.
No spamming in the chat, or you will be timed out.
Couple of minutes from Chelsea.
True Lion, can you time out your salty body, please? Thank you very much. Very much, True Lion. Appreciate that. Come on, Chelsea, if we can get a goal back, I'll be happy.
27 goals in 33 games this season for Sam Kerr, and they really need her. And that combination with Kirby to come to the fore here.
Come on, Chelsea.
More than ever.
It's so important that Chelsea's a team.
If you spam link in the chat, True Lion will time you out. True Lion will time you out. Chelsea 0, Barcelona 2. We can get a goal. Header. Put it in the box. Offside. Stay on side.
This 2-goal cushion just allows Barcelona to dictate and try and dictate the tempo of the game, because we know what they're all about. That midfield 3.
Chelsea should stay on side.
Ericsson that was offside from the initial cross.
Guys, hang out. If you keep spamming, True Lion will time you out. I repeat you now, True Lion will time you out if you are spamming in the chat. If you're constantly putting the same thing, you will be timed out or hidden from the chat.
The Champions League's top scorers, they now have 26 goals in this now 9 games in this season's competition. No club had had more attempts on target before tonight. And their record in the Spanish top flight this season, incredible, 128 goals in 26 games.
The Spanish league is not as competitive, but that doesn't mean to say that Barcelona can't compete in the Champions League, and they've done extremely well so far.
Come on, Chelsea. If we can see another goal. Game over.
Not in their wildest dreams could they have imagined a start like this. 20 minutes ago.
Game over.
3-0 up in the Champions League final.
Game over.
It's just terrific play. Just the passing, just the 1 and 2 touch passing. Chelsea really have to sort something out, but this Barcelona team have just started like a house on fire, haven't they? In terms of the way they knock the ball about in that midfield, the midfield runner, nobody tracking it. Also wins it. Shows quite a lot of Chelsea defenders.
Game over, folks.
From Bon Mati. Right right up and beyond, and there's a lot of Chelsea players there, but somebody's got to track the run. Again, Carter can't get that really physical challenge in there in the area. She doesn't want to give a penalty away. Terrific play, but Mosso can't be the first to that ball.
Mati was one of the players really stressing ahead of this game how much she felt that Barcelona have developed in the last couple of years, how much of a better side they are now, how they've learnt from their experiences in this competition, and her movement there into the box was absolutely outstanding.
And we do know that Barcelona came into this game as favourites for the competition, and I think they've shown in the first 20 minutes why that was the case. Yes, they've had a little bit of luck in front of goal for the first goal, but there's nothing lucky about that third.
Chelsea haven't been 3-0 down in a game since they lost 5-0 against Arsenal back in October of 2018. We're talking Liverpool and Istanbul proportions here if Chelsea are to turn this around. Kirby. We do know, though, that Chelsea do have the firepower, they do have the capability to score 3 goals. It's whether they can keep the door shut now at the other end.
Absolutely. With the way that Barcelona has started, I just think that they've passed very well. They've got the runners, and also so clever. So she's like a hybrid striker. She'll come deep for it and then go long, and it's difficult to know as a centre half what to do, but there's no real protection, no engagement with that, particularly that third goal.
G. Ericsson.
Absolutely gutted, guys. It's literally game over inside 20 minutes.
Kirby. Ingle. Nice turn by G, but Hamraoui straight away was on top of her.
So that protection of the two centre halves.
If you guys swear or anything like that, you will be timed out.
Takes up is so key, and she's played it really well.
Two-time winner of the Women's Champions League, Hamraoui, but here comes Chelsea with Arden.
Come on, Chelsea, don't give up.
Barcelona are quite happy once they get back into that defensive shape to just see what Chelsea do and try and keep it in front.
Ball to the edge of the area. Leon. Rahabi. Signed a new deal earlier this month until 2024. Chelsea, shell-shocked here, understandably.
To drag themselves up, they have to put up a fight. If that fight is fruitless in the end, 25 minutes gone. All the players that can get themselves back into this game.
Come on, Chelsea!
Shade more of the possession from Barcelona.
If we can just get one goal, you never know, but I don't see it happening now.
They conceded 5 goals in the Spanish top flight this season, Barcelona. Just personally, in terms of the Champions League, only 3 clean sheets in their 8 games prior to tonight in this competition. Last was in the first leg of their quarter-final against Manchester City.
If you guys want to put any questions down in the chat, I'll happily ask any questions you guys want to put towards me. Within reason, reasonable questions. Guys.
Out of the press, there you go.
Ingle. Well read by Juan Mati.
Actually looks quite fluid what Barcelona do, but it's a really
Yeah.
structured, well-drilled system.
What do I expect? Fans are going to come on here and laugh at us. Oh, you're going to laugh at us because we're 3-0 down in the final against literally one of the best teams in the world. What do you expect? If you're here just to laugh and you're here just to pick at Chelsea, just have a right old go at us and just literally, and not here to just not be nice, then don't be here at all. If you're here to be supportive and just here to be nice, just saying unlucky, you've just lost to a better team, then that's fine. Because you're being respectful. If you're being disrespectful, don't be on here. Don't be on the stream. Joe, it is Chelsea 0, Barcelona 3. We are 3-0 down inside 25 minutes.
Have to engage with the player on the ball. Show the player it is. I'm sure that was, yeah, just trying to be clever there to get a free kick, didn't get one.
If anybody's a Chelsea fan, I don't think you'll want to watch this because we're 3-0 down. It's like, it's just probably just go and watch something else.
It's come a long way for that. Something on it. Ball out here to
No spamming in the chat, guys. No spamming in the chat.
Chelsea up the pitch.
Chelsea 0, Barcelona 3.
Leon.
Just sitting really deep, nice facing behind, just
If any of you guys are not here and you're not going to be respectful and be nice and everything, then there's no point you being here.
slight positions of the two centre halves. Really quite deep. But these midfield three, when they do get on the ball, they can just progress the ball up the pitch so quickly. Chelsea just can't deal with it.
There, well done, Aaron. Win or lose, Chelsea to die. There we go. But don't forget, it's an achievement for the this Chelsea.
I mean,
The Chelsea women's this season have just been
Barcelona away, like this is exactly what it was like. You know, they just passed them to death, got in front of goal, ruthless in front of goal.
if you're not here to be nice,
Chasing.
then your message will be deleted.
Chelsea's worst nightmare, but they've got to keep going.
Have faith. This is the last game, or the only games left in the season. Chelsea's still in the FA Cup. We still could win a treble. At the end of the day, if we win the FA Cup, we've won 3 trophies, all 3 domestic trophies within in the English women's game. As for the men's, we have Leicester on Tuesday night, which we have to go for it. There's no ifs or buts. We have to go for it on Tuesday, and then at the weekend go for it against Villa a week on Sunday, a week today.
The expectation for Luis Cortez was that Chelsea would be happy to let Barcelona have the ball, sit back and then try and hit them on the counter. He said Chelsea don't need to have the ball to win the game, but nobody could have planned for the start that we saw.
Yeah, I think that first
Thank you
goal,
very much.
I think just sent
True
shock
Iron,
waves
thank you
through
very
Chelsea,
much.
and then
So we want people to be respectful. You got to be respectful of both teams. You don't, because
brilliance for the third goal. And then the game's gone away from
If you're not here to be nice, then don't be here at all. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Yeah, Chelsea is nervous in an important game. Jenny, it's 3-0 to Barcelona.
Mateus able to turn.
They're just first to every second ball at the moment. Barcelona, and the ball drops on that pitch in that middle third, and there's a pink shirt around it every single time.
Chelsea just can't get going. We just can't get going.
Let's get one of those three. Mateus, quite an obvious choice. We've seen Bonmati get in front of goal into that.
Yeah, we just can't get going.
Back four, but they do rotate that for those runs. So difficult to pick up, that has to be a midfield runner that goes with them.
Top by Ingle Harder. Just a reminder of 2 Premier League games that we have coming up for you on BT Sport. We go to the Amex on Tuesday night, both midweek games, 6:30 start for Brighton against the champions Manchester City. And then we have a London derby the following night, Selhurst Park, Crystal Palace against Arsenal. Again, it's a 6:30 start on BT Sport 1. Barcelona, just the 5 goals conceded in the Spanish top flight. Chelsea almost always score. 67 games in a row they've scored at least once. G. Simple ball forwards. Bonmati.
If you want to have an example of how
Come on, don't be harsh against the women's team. It's their first ever European Cup final. Give them a break. Come on, guys. Even if you guys are nice, you would be nice and not.
And also, over the years, and it's taken some years that it's a winning team as well.
Right. Guys, we haven't made mistakes. Just the Barcelona have been playing what Barcelona do is tiki-taka football. Just passing the ball around everything, and so it means that you can't even get a touch on the ball. That's how they scored the 2 goals. That's how they scored the 2 goals, and one of them was on the penalty spot, and that was it. And one of them was tiki-taka, one was an unfortunate own goal, which you can't help if you're trying to clear it and it's one of your own players. You can't help it.
Bad experiences give you that experience, and I do think that this Barcelona team...
Guys, we should be proud. Good! Oh!
Shot off target.
See, that's the moment. They've got to make those moments count. These big players
We have a
from
bit.
Chelsea have got to step
Yeah,
up.
we just had a good chance from Sam Kerr, couldn't finish it, but at the moment I'm still proud. I'm still proud of them for getting this far because I didn't expect it.
Looking to become the first Australian to win a Women's Champions League final. Sam Kerr. Form, she's been in 11 goals in her last 9 games. Ingle. Kirby has been very quiet so far. Ingle.
Ah!
So their food and drink, those little balls in there, the centre house of Barcelona.
Come on, Chelsea!
It has to be quick passing and movement and getting in behind, just like Barca did to Chelsea for the 3rd goal.
Bonmati. It's a lovely ball. Lika Martens up against Neve Charles. Still Martins. There's 2 on for the ball.
4-0.
That is quite simply sensational. It's been a wonderful first 35 minutes for Barcelona. They are blowing Chelsea away here. Tapped home from close range. All the hard work done by Lika Martens. And then Graham Hansen was there to finish it off for Barcelona.
playing one-on-one duels, they come out on top, and that is as easy a goal as if you're looking at it from a Chelsea point of view. Terrific play by Barcelona.
Lika Martens, we all know what she can do for seeing her with the Dutch national side. She was one of the stars of Euro 2017. She was excellent in the semi-final second leg, and those two wide...
I support Chelsea with passion. I support Chelsea men's and women's team, and I just feel sorry for the girls today because they've worked so hard to do this, and then for this to happen, it's just
They're on the same wavelength, and Chelsea here have an absolute mountain to climb in Gothenburg.
They really got to dig deep to come out with, they can't sink here now, Adam. It's so important now that Chelsea still try and play how they want to play, but it's such a big ask, and they can't make mistakes like that.
No mercy here from Barcelona. They just want more goals, showing the sort of ruthless mentality that we've associated with Chelsea for so long. Now this time by Engel on Amraoui, and the referee here, Reem Hussein, is going to want a word with Sophie Engel.
Just frustration, isn't it? The Hayes will be desperate to get a team in at half-time, but it's a long way to go until half-time. They have to keep it tight. Until then, Barcelona completely running this game, their tempo. They decide whether the passes are short in the middle or whether it's long to either of the wingers, and Chelsea have just got absolutely no answer to it.
There's a VAR check going on here for a potential red card. I'd be astonished if it were to be a red card, and that check is now over.
Folks.
Should tell you about the two other major European finals that we have coming up on our channels. Of course, Manchester United up against Unai Emery's Villarreal in the Europa League final, Wednesday the 26th of May for that, a 6:30 start on 1. And then we'll see Chelsea up against Manchester City in an all-English and all-Premier League final, Saturday the 29th of May in Porto.
The worrying thing for Chelsea is that Barcelona are not really known to take any sort of foot off the pedal. If they can score goals, they'll score goals, and we'll definitely look in the move tonight.
Yeah, thank you so much,
90 minutes so far this season came against English opposition in the shape of Manchester City at the Academy Stadium. They lost 2-1, but they won the tie 4-2 on aggregate.
Are you having fun there? Not really.
It takes big guts now from the Chelsea players to keep going. It's so difficult when it's such a massive occasion that they've worked it for years and years and years, and then this happens in the first half an hour or so. You've just got to keep going.
Relation of the booking for Sophie Engel. Movement here by Graham Hansen in a race with Carter. Really determined stuff there from Carter, showing the type of determination you've just been alluding to, Lucy, that Chelsea are going to need a lot of.
Yeah, they have to show that desire, but I think both fullbacks, and rightly so, struggling against these two wingers from Barcelona. But Niamh Charles, she's done incredibly well coming into this Chelsea team, but she's not a fullback, and I think that's been exposed tonight. Learning curve for her.
Harder, Kerr in the middle, Kirby.
Go on! Oh!
Sandra Panos.
She's had 3 or 4 chances already, hasn't she? I'm not saying in any way that this half has been anywhere near equal, but in terms of chances, she has to put one of those away.
ruthless Barcelona. Graham Hansen.
Absolutely.
These sides sealed their respective league titles on the same day last Sunday. Chelsea with their 5-0.
Absolutely feel sorry for the girls. Absolutely feel for
Barcelona had a
them.
pool party to celebrate wrapping up a record 6th Spanish title with 8 games to spare. Yeah, 8 games to spare. It's astonishing, isn't it? 100% record they have in the Spanish top flight. Really seen Atletico drop off in the last year or so.
When you under duress and stress like this, you make wrong decisions, and quite a lot of players that we've seen be incredible for Chelsea this season, just making wrong decisions. Shot.
Torrejon then to take the throw in here for Barcelona. Biggest previous margin of victory in a Women's Champions League final in this format. A 4-1 victory for Lyon over Barcelona in 2019, and it was the same scoreline when Lyon beat Wolfsburg in 2018.
I keep an eye on the Chelsea women's and men's teams. The Chelsea women's are not as often, the game not often is shown live.
Incredible. Yeah. I mean, you know, you have to say the first goal was a gift from Chelsea, but you know, the way that Barcelona have got into this stride and just the way they play football, I mean, whenever you support, I'm completely impressed by the way this Barcelona team play and have done for the last couple of seasons.
This is Chelsea side that have only lost one of their last 17 games. The first leg of the semi-final to Bayern, which they turned around in the second leg as G is penalised now.
See a performance that honestly makes me go, yeah, you know what, they gave everything. They gave
From all Chelsea
everything.
players.
There's just no excuse.
They're coming off second best in any of these individual duels, whether it's defensively or
Players need to be so
offensively.
strong. Right now, it doesn't feel like
You've spotted any
both
colour
the men and the
comfort
women
tactically
when it matters.
that
We're
Chelsea
great, get into finals, that's not a
exploit
problem.
to try and get some
But then
sort
when
of
it matters
lifeline in this
most,
game.
when the
It's
occasion
unlikely
is
to
so
come back
big,
with me.
Yeah, absolutely.
pressure is
The
too
only thing is that they've got in front of goal. But they've not been as ruthless as Barcelona have in front of goal. And that's the only thing I would say. But everywhere else on the pitch, they're second best. So it has to be. And I'm sure that they'll be better in the second half. But you know, Barcelona are probably not going to be that much worse. We've watched Barcelona, haven't we, this season? Saw how they dealt with City. You know, they passed around the midfield like they weren't there. City didn't get their press right. To say that Chelsea's game plan, I think they shot to pieces after that first goal just because they didn't expect to concede after 30 seconds.
No pulse. G. Right at the end of the half, Chelsea with a free kick in a good position as Kirby's brought down.
We talked about set pieces, opportunities for Chelsea. They have got good technicians on the ball, haven't they? In these sort of situations, we look at G.
The goal now would at least give them the nearest, faintest glimmer of hope to take with them into half-time as we move into a minimum of 2 minutes added at the end of this first half. If ever a side needed something to cling on to, it's Chelsea here as G hits it.
Oh, straight at the keeper.
Will take for Sandro Cañas.
winner from somewhere, from anybody. Usually we're a little bit too far away. 4G usually kills them into the corner, but just the first starting 11 for Barcelona, you have to say every single one of them being top quality. We pick out the forwards, pick out the goal scorers. Amraoui in front of the team.
Oh boy, this is
done her job.
Not good to watch.
And then when Panyos, the goalkeeper, needs to step up, she's done that and made a couple of saves as well.
Kirby with the ball into the box. Leon was there for Barcelona. Carter win it back. Bonmati.
Just too quick, Barcelona, move it quickly.
Yeah.
They're better in tight areas. Obviously, they're riding high on a 4-0 lead.
That looks said it all, didn't it? Well, Barcelona bristling and brilliant, a peerless first half performance from their 4 different goal scorers. Chelsea have a massive mountain to climb coming up the half-time thoughts of Rachel Brown finish, Karen Carney, Eni Aluko with Claire. But at half-time in Gothenburg, incredibly, it's Chelsea 0, Barcelona 4.
I'm going to ask you guys a question because I want to be really honest with you and ask you a question. Do you guys actually think that I should continue this stream, do the second half, or do you think there's no point at this point now? Do you guys want me to continue the stream? Or do you want me to just end the stream here and then? Because at 4-0 down, there looks like there's no point. It's just emotions and everything else. So guys, do you think I should end the stream, or would you like me to do the second half? Oh, dude, it's football, crazy things. Not in this game. Not when you're playing against a team who have scored 130 goals in 26 games. There is no hope. Chelsea don't even look like scoring 5. Scoring 1, let alone 5. Yeah, but the only difference was they're the second leg. This is only a one game. This is only a one-legged game. It's a one-legged game, folks. So if we lose this game, there's no coming back. But don't forget they were 3-0 up from the first leg anyway. If you guys can cheer me up by hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel, it will make my day a lot better, or this weekend a lot better. By hitting the thumbs up button and subscribing to the channel will be, and if my mods are in the chat, let people know to like, sub and subscribe to the channel if you're new. No, it's now time to pray, because today's scoring a goal.
But my word, there are going to be changes afoot. Karen Carney, can they do it? And what does Emma Hayes do? Guru Wrighton looks like she's coming on.
Well, yeah, Guru's going to come on. She's a natural left-sided player, so whether she'll drop into a back five now and really consolidate, she has to deal with the wingers. Whether she does go to a back five or literally goes 4-3-3 and does what any does in terms of width, who knows?
Yeah, Guru does provide that natural width, whether it's a defensive setup where, you know, you go into the second half and you want to just don't concede in the second half and try and get something on the counter-attack. Either way, Chelsea have got to change what they did in the first half and just go for it. Give it your all, leave it on the pitch.
Rachel, we see the team huddled there, and Magda Eriksson has been really animated in calling her players to not give in, to step up. Big moment.
Yeah, Emma Hayes called our team and called them resilient. They're going to have to dig deep to not...
Even if we can win the second half, I'll be happy. I'll be happy.
Barcelona having numerous chances.
If you guys enjoyed the stream with the thumbs up button, hit the like, subscribe with the bell notification. And guys, are there any of my mods in the chat? Let me know.
Thanks, Claire. Barcelona so far ruthless and resplendent. Chelsea ragged and restricted. I guess Barcelona exercising the ghosts of 2019 and passing on the pain, you could say too. And Chelsea have to react, have to show huge determination and durability. 45 minutes for them to try and stage what would be the greatest ever turnaround in a Champions League final, Lucy.
Absolutely, I mean, Barcelona were absolutely phenomenal. We knew coming into the game that they were the favourites with the bookmakers. We've seen them play this season and we know how good they are. Chelsea just gave them a chance in that first half, a little bit of luck, but they still gave them a chance in front of goal.
Kirby looking for Kerr.
Oh, non-target.
Saved by Panos, and an early link up between Kerr and Kirby.
How ruthless Barcelona have been. They've had 4 shots on target and they've scored with each of those. And so, you know, Chelsea did get themselves in front of goal, but I think they needed to be more ruthless in that first half. But also, the way that they defended, they just reacted at them rather than being set defensively. They were reacting to what Barcelona did, and by the time Barcelona did what they did, they moved the ball that quickly that it was so difficult to then get back in position to try and stop any sort of shot. And you know, these are good players.
Will that change, Lucy, with Leupolz withdrawn and Wrighton brought on?
Interesting to see. And obviously they just need to be a little bit more compact.
Well, Chelsea just get a goal in this game, I'll be happy.
Barcelona in that midfield area, but that's absolutely easier said than done. You know, G struggled, Sophie Ingle, though I've never really seen struggle in a game. She struggled as well, so I just think adding a little bit of width down that left-hand side, but we know that they'll be narrow, Chelsea, that they'll have to be.
Kirby with the ball back here to Ingle. Charles with the cross. Turned behind by Leon. They are at least on the front foot in the early stages of this second half, Chelsea.
Oh, it's sunny.
The Rocket really, you know,
How are
to
you?
do better than they did. It's so difficult to win now against this Barcelona team. Everybody knows that a little bit of pride has to be gotten.
Right and takes the corner into a decent area. Millie Bright was there. Ericsson will try and keep it going. This will be hurting her playing in her home country at the stadium where she plays for the Swedish national side. But this has been a good start to the second half from Chelsea. They just need a lifeline, just something, a base on which to build, a platform for growth. Millie Bright stayed up there, as has Ericsson, Kerr, and Kirby and harder there too.
Go on, Chelsea.
How many goal threats in this Chelsea side? G. Ingle.
Go on.
Bright was still up there.
Aye!
Down. Challenged by Leon.
How is that not a penalty?
The free kick in favour of Barcelona.
Leon's laughing. She did get a nudge in the back. It's probably a little similar amount of contact that Mosso got for the penalty for Barcelona, but
How is that not a penalty? When you basically get a nudge in the back and you fall over, how is that not a pen?
as a centre half in the area.
And then she has the guts to laugh.
The hardest half-time team talk, I would imagine one of the hardest.
Watch out!
Emma Hayes.
This will hurt the players, but in particular Emma Hayes, but she will already be plotting the next campaign after this game. She knows what her team's capable of.
Go on! At least if we can get a goal, I'll be happy. Because at least they've shown fight. They've shown spirit. And actually shown that we can give them we're giving this a go.
Ingle loses out. Now maybe Barcelona can mount a counter-attack as out comes Berger to lead.
Carter's just quit, man, when you think about it.
Just allows Jets Carter to know if she's in a foot race, which is such a difficult one.
Carter is in a foot race with Martins, who is quite quick. Quite a quick player. Go on, Chase! Don't foul!
Got the right side there.
Go on, Chase! You can get a goal early, you'll never know. Yeah, you never know, but I'll be proud of them.
There is another level in Chelsea for them to go to. They really need to.
That's the ball! That's the ball! Oh, couldn't get the header. Unlucky.
There's been enough big moments in front of
Guys, if you're here to be mean, do not be on here. We're all here to be nice and be respectful. So be respectful.
When we break this game down afterwards, those are little bits to look at. Harder in the first half. 2 1-on-1s with the goalkeeper, make tremendous saves.
Wahhabi. Those Wahhabi who started the 2019 final in the
Come on, Chelsea.
with Barcelona. 10 trophies in that time. About to be the biggest one of all that they win tonight, Barcelona.
Been building this team, this Barcelona team for years and years. Didn't really have the support right at the start. Got the support from the men's team. Built the recruitment up piece by piece with a lot of players that had come through the system. That added those extra players that just had.
Go on! Go on! Go on! Oh, lucky! That's better! We're playing better! In the first half we weren't going anywhere. Because when we were passing the ball, they were coming at us a lot more.
Yes, hard to compare it like for like though, because Barcelona with that 4-goal cushion, but there's more intensity about Chelsea than there has been at any other part of the game so far.
Yeah, I think it's important for Chelsea that they do this second half right, that they show what they're all about. It will often not mean that they won't win it, obviously, because how dominant Barcelona have been, but I just think that mentally they need to know that they can compete. Putting it down to 45 minutes and trying to win the half even though the game is lost is so important for Chelsea.
Seeing Lyon's dominance of this competition ended this season. Champions League winners 5 years running, a remarkable achievement. You're going to see maybe a changing of the guards moment this season. So much investment now going into the women's game right across Europe. The sides, both of these coaches have assembled.
Absolutely. Chelsea can take heart in the fact that Barcelona trounced 2 years ago. Obviously come back from that and built over the last couple of years so that they start Champions League final like their opponents did, you know, a couple of years ago.
My Chelsea!
Learning fully from the experience and how bad they felt.
Surprising things for me about that first half was how Chelsea, I think, have shown for a while now that they know how to manage big occasions and turn strictly off game management. Because they saw off Wolfsburg, they saw off Bayern in this competition, and their 13 league games are beaten now against the rest of the current top 4 in the WSL. So for a game to get away from them as it did, Lucy.
Yeah, I'm going to get mad up.
Yeah, I think that
if Chelsea can get at least a goal, I'll be proud of them because they deserve at least a goal in this game.
They just couldn't get it back after that, and Barcelona smelt blood and went for it, didn't they? And played some sumptuous football in that time. You know, fantastic players. I saw an interview with Tony Duggan. You know, she said, "Don't mistake their dominance, their domestic for any sort of weakness, because they even win these games where." You know,
thank you very much, True Lion. I highly appreciate that. Come on, Chelsea. At least let's get a goal. At least let's get a goal back. At least get one goal for their efforts because they deserve it. Chelsea deserve not to lose 4, and we deserve to at least have a goal in this game. So we can get at least a goal, I'll be happy. Something to celebrate in it. And you'll be able to see my reaction if we do score, because it'll be one of our most remembered goals in the club's history. Could it be the goal in the Euro Cup final? So hopefully we do get a goal.
Says she's
be quicker!
Winning the Champions League, the Norwegian international, and the goal scorers in there. First half, twice a Champions League runner-up with Wolfsburg in the past.
What Chelsea?
Spinella Harder, of course, their former teammate. Carter with the ball up towards Harder. Leon will
go on! G! Why have I dead? I'm now saying random things.
It's so difficult for Chelsea to create anything, however clever the passes are.
Carter. The speed with which Chelsea need to play in the final third is about as quick as you could possibly expect from them, really, to beat that defence that you just mentioned, Lucy. Wrighton, Leon with the header. And playing at that type of speed is hard at any time, but when you're probably a little low on confidence, that's not going to help, is it?
In a massive occasion, you know, you can't let your mind drift to what this actually means for you. At this time, you've just got to focus on the task ahead. You're right, and you're probably lacking a little bit of confidence, but they have to take a few risks in that final third. Chelsea put the ball at risk, try and go for it, but obviously doing that, they'll leave some gaps somewhere. You know, you've already seen how devastating Barcelona can be.
seen too much of Barcelona getting forward so far in this.
Another goal for Barcelona in that I would be devastated.
Control that by Lee Charles. G. Right.
Come on, Chelsea!
Carter. Good strength by Jess Carter.
Just keep going! Don't give up!
Tied up by
Wings on draw, Chelsea tie-dye. Wings on draw, Chelsea. Wings on draw, Chelsea tie-dye. Chelsea tie-dye. Chelsea tie-dye. Chelsea tie-dye.
It's easy to play in any of those positions for them.
G wants it. Charles, Ingle. Better this from Chelsea. Kirby.
Go on! Oh!
Couldn't quite apply the touch. Wrighton.
Offside anyway. Ah! We nearly had the moment.
But 1v1s
Of our first ever goal with a
crossing into the
European
box.
Women's
Get on the
Champions
end
League
of
final.
crosses. Just far above offside there. They did that. They've done that in the previous rounds. Barcelona stepped up when they could to try and play teams offside even in that position.
Come on. What, Chelsea, they need to go back. Come on.
In Spain, but it isn't that long ago at all that Atletico were the team to beat there. Last season's league title was Barca's first in 5 seasons, but now won back-to-back league championships as Leon is dispossessed.
Go on. Go on.
Harder in the box.
Ah!
Just delayed it a second.
We take too long.
Emerson. Graham Hansen with the pass, looking for Putellas. Goes down optimistically there.
Defended by Connie Bryant, just spotted that run.
Leon.
You're from Kilmarnock. From Kilmarnock. The part of the country I'm from.
A few years ago, they kept possession, but didn't really do that much with it in terms of being penetrating into that final third. But they've developed as well, so they've added that to their game. Just as Spanish teams in the leagues, in the Spanish league, have done so as well. But Barcelona really thriving.
Graham Hansen.
Well, Chelsea. Well done.
Also did a deadliest work, didn't she, in the first half, just simply her movement. And now it creates space for winning runners. They all know where she's going to go, they all know where they need to be when she does make those movements. And it's just such a well-drilled side that it's so well-drilled that it actually looks fluid.
Mariona Caldente is going to be brought on shortly by Luis Cortés.
This is going to be more of a threat, a different type of threat. Usually from that left-hand side and how she drifts and nobody picks her up. So
Thank you to the highlights. Even if they were to get a goal, I'll be proud because then it would be like a goal that we can all remember. Saying that this is the goal in the cup final for Chelsea. So far we're doing well.
Ingle, just over an hour gone in Gothenburg. And changing the score since half-time. Kerr.
Oh, Chase! Okay.
Now going to see that change with Caldente brought on. She did actually start the 2019 final. A player who is comfortable anywhere across the front three, and it's Caroline Graham Hansen who will be replaced here. She'll hope that she's done enough in terms of contributing to the team performance to secure a first Champions League medal for her personally after being on the losing side twice in the past. But it shows the strength, doesn't it? A lot was said about the strength in depth of Chelsea coming into this game, but the introduction there of someone like Caldente shows the strength and depth that Barca have as well.
yeah, similar, like you say, similar strength and depth, but I just think that the
Well,
experience
Chelsea!
Barcelona have had, the way that they're playing this season, just give them edge coming into this game. Graham Hansen has been good throughout this competition. Some of the best of her, probably the best 1v1 dribbler pass defenders in the world right now.
She's been excellent in the Spanish top flight as well. Graham Hansen, 12 assists in the league this season, more than any other player in Spain. An interesting character as well if you read up on her. She's an Andrea Bocelli fan, writes poetry, plays chess, is a big reader. I saw her described as an irrepressible fusion of athleticism and intelligence. It's quite a compliment. Ingle dispossessed. Carter's clearance coming off Bon Martin. It runs here for Niamh Charles. But this is something, as Lucy has alluded to, that Barcelona have been working towards for even longer than Chelsea. They've certainly had more near misses this season. The 4th time they've reached the semi-finals, and the 3rd season running they've made the last 4, beat the finalists in 2019. I guess you could say this type of performance maybe has been coming in a showpiece for Barcelona. But here's G. G again with Harder to her right. Niamh Charles makes the run into the box. Kerr and Kirby wait in the middle.
Go on! Oh! Oh, come on! Come on, Chelsea!
Caldente sliding in was G.
She needed to as well. Made a run. Absolutely nobody tracking it on that left-hand side. So I think Chelsea trying to get a goal back in this. That's where they leave the space for Barcelona. I'm happy to play the ball into and have the willing runners in transition.
And now Jenny Hermoso. Chelsea is stretched. Hermoso with nothing in support.
It's a talent strike from Hermoso, but again, the work that she does to get herself on the ball. I always see it, always been on the camera. Gets herself on the ball, and that's a tired effort. Terrifically tonight.
4 times she's been the top scorer in the Spanish top flight. Jenny Hermoso knocked out her home club Paris in the semi-finals. Amraoui.
I think one of the differences between the two teams tactically, I think when Barcelona lose possession, we just quickly get back into defensive shape and don't react to the ball. We just get back in there and then defend. But Chelsea sometimes ended up chasing the ball, just reacting to where the ball is rather than getting that compact shape and then dealing with it.
Here they are. He's come across to take this. She was the first female footballer in Spain for whom a transfer fee was paid. That was €50,000 in the summer of 2017. And the header is comfortably wide.
What, Chelsea?
Amraoui, how good this must feel for Amraoui, Lucy, after missing that 2019 final against one of her former clubs, Lyon, after a suspension.
She's played really well.
Well done, ref!
Bits that really wants to do, mopping up in front of the 2 centre halves, being in the right place at the right time, cutting passing lanes, filling the gaps, and that's exactly what she's done. She's probably only playing because of injury, isn't she?
Yeah, they fully expected Andrea Pereira to have played it alongside Mappy Leon, but for Pereira's suspension, which has meant that Quijano has moved from central midfield into central defence. Right Brighton to take the free kick, and Harder over the head on the
offside.
They have had chances though, Chelsea. They can't go away from this game and say they haven't had opportunities, and a lot of them have fallen to Harder.
Better.
More times tonight than she has in any game that I've seen her in Chelsea this season, but not being able to get the ball past Paños, whether it's the ball in, whether it's her execution.
Look how they're looking to get forward in numbers here. Barcelona again, Chelsea as they look to try and get back into it, a stretch. Putellas, Mariona Caldente, Alexia Putellas. You notice whenever they get near the final third in this sort of position, the movement from the players off the ball is quite something to watch from Barcelona.
It's almost as good as their passing, technical ability. Just that. Caldente, she'll shift across. She makes a run down the opposite channel to where she's playing, and it just causes panicking defenders who's marking quite a lot of the time. The movement of, and also some centre-halves for Chelsea haven't physically at times had people to mark, so it just overloads in other areas, doesn't it?
Something I would say about this Barcelona side is how much they've kicked on, not just since 2019, but even since last summer when they were knocked out in the semi-finals by Wolfsburg. Though having said that, they were probably the better side actually in that semi-final. Were a little unlucky to lose it 1-0.
Also played well in that one as well. The standout players, but just couldn't make it count in front of goal.
Mariona Caldente, the challenge by Carter, who's having to work exceptionally hard down that Chelsea left flank. It's harder caught there by Amraoui. Chelsea do get the decision.
These Chelsea girls, it's such a massive occasion to start like it did, and the game completely run away from them instant. Superior on the 19.
Double change being ready by Luis Cortez. We're going to see Assisat Ashwala, the former Arsenal and Liverpool player. He's one of those who's going to be coming on. Charles, now Frank Kirby.
Go on!
Charles, Harder, and Kirby.
Oh!
Goal kick is given.
Not their night in front of goal is an understatement. In front of either goal. Usually where we've seen Chelsea. I think in terms of Barcelona's performance, that the occasion's not got to them, has it? It's got to them in a positive way. I think that initial part of the game was just too much for Chelsea to handle, and it's a long road back from there, isn't it?
So Jenny Hermoso is one of those to come off here. Just 20 minutes to go. Rosada is going to put the armband on here as she's coming on for Putellas. Rosada, formerly of Arsenal, in fact 5 years ago she was part of an Arsenal side that beat Chelsea in FA Cup final at Wembley by a goal to 0.
It's a good touch as well, because Losada was there right at the start when Barcelona weren't professional. She had to leave to make a career for herself and make money from the game, but has come back at a time where the team were the best in Europe. What an occasion for her to get the final 20 minutes. Obviously a good player in her own right, but she doesn't get as much game time as she did earlier on in her career.
She's second on the list of Barcelona's all-time record appearance holders behind Melanie Serrano.
It's like she's seen the journey. This will be a really emotional night for her. She's got the captain's armband, and she's going to see out the game with Barcelona Champions League winners, and it doesn't get much better than that, does it?
This occasion that means so much to both sets of players, why you have to have, on a sporting, even on a human level, a lot of sympathy for the Chelsea players who've come into this game, for many of them the biggest game in their entire careers, and all in It's such a fast start from Barcelona, one that they have never really truly been able to recover from here. G was dummy by the referee.
Ah!
It's playing hard.
Get the balls right, man.
Just a reminder, we have some Premier League action coming up midweek. Firstly at the Annex, we'll see the champions in action against Brighton Tuesday at 6:30 for that on 1, and then the following night a London derby, Crystal Palace against Arsenal. And England and Erin Cuthbert coming
Kerr's
on
going
here.
off. Sam Kerr is going off.
20 minutes.
And Beth England
Thereabouts of the Champions League
and
final.
Cuthbert is coming on.
Says it all really, doesn't it? Cuthbert coming on.
It wasn't argument that Cuthbert just because of the
And G's gone off. And Beth England, come on.
started this game. Because defensively she's really sound. Obviously she can attack in spades as well, but she's got an opportunity to play in a Champions League final, and she'll be hoping it's not the last one she plays in.
The first Scottish woman to play in a Champions League final since Julie Fleeting back in 2007. Arsenal still the only British club to win this competition.
It's just the fact that somebody as talented as Cuthbert is on the bench in a Champions League final tells you about how this Chelsea team have performed all season. Keep her out.
Chelsea appealing for offside, but the flag stays down. It's Oshwala, great challenge that by Niamh Charles.
She did well there.
Good charge.
It's been a tough night for her, but she's just kept going, hasn't she? It's an important challenge. Chelsea really don't want to concede again.
Determination in her face there. It's brilliant, wasn't it?
Hayes will learn a lot from her players tonight, and how they've reacted to that bombshell at the start of this game, how they reacted to being second best in the first half.
Martins with the ball in. Something that a lot of the Barcelona players and their coach, Luis Cortez, said that losing a Champions League final has really driven them on, made them better. And I think he was referring to not just in terms of the tactical, the physical side of the game, but also the psychological side of the game as well. Rather than them sink, he said it's made us flourish, which is what Chelsea will have to tap into.
That's where you get your resilience from. And this is where the Chelsea players should be getting their resilience from in the years to come. Barcelona got absolutely spanked in the final 2 years ago, and they've just come back and turned the favour on another team.
They passed on the pain, I guess you could say.
Exactly, and then that has to be the driving force for Chelsea over the coming seasons.
They do have Chelsea as a manager who has fought against adversity during not just a career but a life as well. Emma Hayes, she was a promising young player at Arsenal herself, but injured an ankle on a skiing trip at the age of 17 and was told that she'd never play football again. The family said was inconsolable at the time, but the career she's made out of coaching.
She's such an impressive individual. She's charismatic.
Man, it's Chelsea for 9 years and got us to this. It's an achievement in itself.
You know, and they've been really, really successful, and this is only part of the story, I think, tonight, and that's how the players will have to view it. They'll hurt tonight, but going forward, this has to drive them on. This has to be just a small part of their future.
So many great newspaper pieces written in the lead up to this game. It's one of the things I found so pleasing in terms of the coverage of the women's game. As Emma Hayes said herself, it's come into the nation's consciousness, the women's game, more than ever this season. And one of the excellent pieces I read, I didn't notice about Emma Hayes, she's got a master's in intelligence and international affairs, and at one point she wanted to be a spy.
Ha!
That's a
never thought.
change, isn't it?
Yeah,
How would that
she's an
change?
excellent communicator, and I think that's what makes her so effective
Mad.
as a manager. You know, she'll be as devastated as anybody tonight, but if there's anybody to take them out of this and move them forward, and she just deals with people very well. And she sets up a really inclusive environment in that Chelsea team. Every single player thinks that they've got a chance of playing. She keeps them all on their toes, keeps them all uncomfortable. Nobody thinks that they're going to play all the
When
time.
Chelsea said, let's get a goal.
So this is a disappointing result that does not make Chelsea a bad team.
Cuthbert. clearance by Leon. It's the one thing you hear consistently as well, Lucy, when you speak to players in the men's game and the women's game about this competition, about the Champions League, and they so very often describe it as a journey that a team has to go on.
Watch out!
In terms of learning from mistakes, coming back from setbacks. European football is just different, isn't it?
It is, and I think English teams over the years have learned that. Manchester City have learned that. Chelsea are learning that over the last few years. This is just part of it, isn't it? Credit to Barcelona, they've been absolutely astonishing tonight, particularly in that opening 35 minutes or so.
We have to remember that this is only Chelsea's 5th season in the Champions League as well. Barcelona are much more experienced than Chelsea in the competition. That's a recall in their first season in the Champions League. 2012, I believe it was. They were knocked out comprehensively by Arsenal, actually, in their first Champions League season, Barcelona.
Watch out!
7-0 that they lost to Arsenal. Jamwinga got a hat-trick in the second leg at Meadow Park.
It's been the progress that this team and club have made. The type of football that they play, it's so easy on the eye, but most importantly is they score goals as well. You know, they pass, they keep possession, but they are devastating in front of goal, and I think they've shown that all season. They've shown that in the Champions League as well. They've had to fight in a couple of games. Semi-final was a difficult game, you know how strong PSG are.
So a shade over 10 minutes to go, and barring a miracle here, we are going to see Barcelona become the first Spanish winners of the Women's Champions League. Germany, the most successful nation in the history of the competition, they provided 9 winners. Bonamati with the pass.
Watch out!
Candante, and slice clearance by Sophie Ingle.
Chelsea were desperate not to concede another one this half. Go back on an even keel. Barcelona have just lowered the intensity a little bit in this second half, knowing that they're just going to keep control of the game and defend deep.
Little now that they can do other than start to plan their next assault on this competition. They do, of course, still have an FA Cup 5th round tie, Chelsea, to come this season up against Everton at Kings Meadow.
Sometimes you've just got to hold your hands up when you're beaten by a better team on the night. Chelsea are not a bad team. A team who've had a really bad night against excellent opposition. Just think something just caught.
Certainly been a Barcelona that have played within themselves, not extended themselves really in this second half. Comfortable in the knowledge of the significant cushion that they had at half-time. Talk about the WSL being the best league in the world now in terms of women's football. It certainly is right up there, along with in the USA as well, as Leila Uehabi is withdrawn. But it just shows you this, doesn't it, Lucy, that you can never be complacent, you can never stand still, because Barcelona have shown us here tonight there's another level to go to.
And it's been competitive for Chelsea. They had to fight for the league right until the last game of the season. Barcelona have won their league with many games to go, but this is the level that Chelsea are looking at. They'll be looking in the future to get back in this Champions League final. It's such a difficult thing to do, and finals again. They know what it is now. Massive occasion, massive disappointment for them.
Gorcevic, who's won the Champions League in the past with Frankfurt, has come on, as has Serrano. Club's record appearance holder Serrano. Leon floated it. She made her debut, Serrano, for Barcelona back in 2007. Her whole career has been with the club. This is her 18th season, and what a night, what an occasion that must be for her. Talk about being at something from the very start.
Yeah, these sports have loads of journeys within them. This Barcelona team have those journeys as well, and what a special night this will be for them. They show the world how good they are.
This is set to be at the moment the biggest winning margin in a UEFA Women's Champions League final. Cuthbert.
Go on!
Header, but it's still dropped
Oi!
on the edge of the box. Harder with the pass.
Don't give up!
Charles.
Ah!
I just think in the final third, Chelsea, it's decision making, it's execution of shot, final shot throughout the night just hasn't happened, and it's so difficult when you had the start that they had, that to get their head round being 1, 2, 3, 4-0 behind, but in between times had the chances to score goals, just didn't take them in those big moments. Barcelona definitely took.
Oh!
Early by Camilla Harder. Not been heard again in a Champions League final. Someone with such a good strike rate in this competition. 30 goals in 37 games before today. But as I think you said earlier, I think you put it, just not gone for in front of goal tonight.
Absolutely not. We know that we can expect better from Harder in front of goal, but sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. Our sport is cruel. Should be back.
The Champions League squad of the season in each of the last 4 campaigns. Vanilla Harder. Cuthbert, who was found by England.
Just the way Barcelona defended, they just most of the time have the ball in front of them. They're able to get out, get the Chelsea players' head down and block the shots. They're doing really well with that.
Go on!
Brighton, England.
Ah!
A difficult season in some ways for Beth England, the PFA Player of the Year for last season, but that combination of Kirby and Kerr, and of course Harder coming into the club, just seen her pushed out a little bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, she's struggled sometimes with concussion and some injury. It's difficult to get in this team and stay in it. When you're not in it and other players are playing well. You know, she was Player of the Year last year, so it just shows you what level this Chelsea team have been playing at this season.
Do you look, Lucy, at this Barcelona side and where they've come from to where they are now, and do you think that they could have a dynasty, a consistent run of success in this competition, the like of which we've seen with Lyon?
Well, they're used to this level now. You could tell by tonight the occasion didn't affect them. They came here with a game plan. They knew what they were going to do. They knew how they were going to defend against Chelsea, how they were going to attack, and they carried out and executed that game plan absolutely perfectly. So you've seen the type of players that they've got, and it's up to the rest of Europe to catch them. You know, there's a lot of teams that are improving, and a lot of teams that are being invested in. You know, it's not just Lyon anymore.
Cuthbert. Of course, we still have 2 major European finals that will feature English clubs to come in the Europa League final. Manchester United take on Unai Emery's Villarreal. Wednesday the 26th of May at 6:30 for that on One and Ultimate. And then, of course, an all-Premier League affair in the Champions League final. Manchester City against Chelsea, Saturday the 29th of May, 7 o'clock start at BT Sport 1 and Ultimate. Brave header from Cuthbert, advantage play by the referee. With the shot have a new format in this competition next season, an expanded format as well. There will be 3 English clubs in the Women's Champions League next season: Chelsea, Manchester City and Arsenal. Cross in towards Kirby. Leon with the header clear. She's been excellent in the heart of that defence, Leon, with a little bit of extra responsibility on her shoulders with her regular partner Pereira out through suspension.
You just make use of the ball look so easy. She says makes the first mistake of the night. I think to a player they've been excellent, Barcelona. I don't think I could pick out one that was weak.
Combinations, the movement off the ball, the way that they can raid forward like this. Nika Martens, they make it 5 here, the block by Millie Bright. Leon. Serrano. Martens. One of the real stars of this side, Nika Martens. She has 1.2 million followers on one of her social media accounts. She's got her own book. She's done TV commercials with Lionel Messi. So important in terms of that first half blitz that we saw from Luis Cortez's side.
A couple of the earlier rounds, she wasn't in the starting 11. Played instead of her, and it just shows the quality of it. You know, when we need these big players to step up, then they're there. We saw her for the Dutch when they won the Euros in 2017. One of their best players, wasn't she? Players like that just thrive in these environments, these big occasions.
Well, there's a quote from Martens that could act in some ways as an inspiration to some of the Chelsea players in light of what's happened here today. She said before this final that in the 2019 showpiece, I touched the ball 3 times and we were 3-0 down. But it was an experience that they've used in the right way. And Chelsea really are going to have to tap into that sort of mentality going forward. Oswala has done well here, and Martens waits in the middle. A bit of a rush of blood to the head perhaps, but as I said, Oswala.
She did well there. Jess Carter. It's a tired performance now. BT 4-0 down, but she stuck to the task there. Oswala. Well, you've got to learn from this. Chelsea know that that's exactly what they'll do.
As we move into added time, the celebration's already underway. Barcelona have shown us all here tonight a new level for which England's top clubs still need to aspire to. Their journey to Champions League glory not over as Asisat Oswala will look to make it 5. Offside flag.
Offside! Hey!
Champions League final goal to an end tonight.
So annoying for strikers when the assistant referee doesn't put the flag up when it is an obvious offside. Both of them are offside. No real reason why. Assistant can't put the flag up there. The tongue to it looks pretty obvious.
You'd almost think that there were supporters in here, the amount of noise that the substitutes and staff of Barcelona are making here. Worked very hard for this success. They have undoubtedly deserved to win this Champions League final.
I'm sure there's a lot of people tuning in tonight who've never really seen Barcelona play and didn't really know how good they were. Chelsea knew. They've done their research, but you can't legislate for the things that happen right at the start, and also playing against a team who are really in top form.
Barcelona are European champions. It's Gothenburg glory for Luis Cortez and his players. This is the night all their hopes
Full time, Chelsea Women's 0, Barcelona 4. Like, subscribe to the bell notification. I'll see you guys on Tuesday for a big game in the Premier League where our men's team go up against Leicester in the Premier League. Like, subscribe.